Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to another video. This is my reaction video between Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. This epic, gigantic final between these two huge tennis players. These two giants that has taken tennis to new heights. These guys only plays better and better, and especially when they meet each other. And this match was not an exception, even though Novak Djokovic didn't rest that much. He didn't have the superior firepower that has seen him produce this little tennis that's done in this tournament. He was a little bit more tight than Rafa. He didn't have Rafa just had a little bit more gas in his tank than Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic caught up the match between him and Tsitsipas yesterday, and then had to take on Sonego in the semifinal, a match that went to a decider also. So he was not he didn't get the so much rest like Rafael Nadal, because after Rafael Nadal's victory over Shapovalov, where he faced a match point, he beat Zverev pretty comfortably in the quarterfinals, and then the match against Opelka was not so much to do for Rafael Nadal. It was one-way traffic there. So Rafael Nadal got the necessary rest, but we all know that Rafael Nadal at clay court, when it's a tournament final, he's very hard to beat. He has now won this tournament 10 times, two-digit numbers, exactly like the Monte Carlo Masters, where he has won 11 times. He has won at Madrid Masters 5 times, and the French Open, of course, 13 times now. So how many tournament does that make? Masters, he has won 36 Masters so far, and all the clay court tournaments. It's pretty amazing. I think it is his 61 or 62nd tournament victory on clay. I forgot the number. He wins so much, so it's hard to keep tracks on this matador from Mallorca. But anyway, these guys has really produced some great tennis. And I would like to just point out Novak Djokovic. What a superior, amazing tournament from him. This firepower that he has produced, especially from his forehand, the winners, the serving, the drop shots, everything that Novak is famous for. His consistency, his depth in his ground strokes, the returns, everything he showed here, why he's so hard to beat. Because this young, he had been tested by Tsitsipas, he has been tested by Sonego, Rafael was tested by Shapovalov, but they showed really why they are the big guys on tour, and what separates them from the other players. It's the mental strength, of course. It's their shot selection. It's their focus on court. They know when to play the points. They know where to execute. They know where to do the drop shots. They know everything that they have to do to win at the right moment. And they put fear in the competition, because they always ask the question, okay, you have to come up with something extra. This doesn't bite on me. Yes, you won a set, but can you take 2 sets from me? Can you push me to a decider? These guys just are the best in that department, together with Roger Federer. Look at their career stats. They are not winning all this trophy by nothing. That's what separates the big boys from the other guys, and those are the men. All right, enough about that. We all know why now Rafa is so consistent. We all know why Novak Djokovic never lets his guard down, and why he's so consistent. We know why Federer has won so many tournaments in his career. We all know that that's because they are better than the other one. But how they are better than the other one, I explained a little bit. I will not explain everything. Probably you already know why they are better than everybody. But into this match, was this going to be a French Open flashback? Was Nadal going to destroy Djokovic? No, he didn't. And in my prediction before the tournament, my preview, I said that these two guys would go to the final. I said that Rafa will be the champion. I was right, but I was right by not so much, to be honest, because both of these guys could have crashed out earlier in this tournament. Both of them had faced match points, but what did they do? They turned the tables around and showed why they are the best guys on tour. Novak in the first set, he didn't serve as good as done early in the tournament. He didn't serve with much variation, with with putting some pressure on Rafa from his serve. His only offensive tactical play in this first set, I think, was his drop shots, because in advance, before this match, when he lost to Rafael Nadal at French Open, he played too passive. And in this match, I thought that his game plan was gonna be play more aggressive, play more offensive, keep Nadal, push back Nadal from the baseline, try to return as best as he could, and take care of his opponent's short balls, and mix up the game. I thought that was gonna be Novak's tactic. In some extent, it was, but Nadal's firepower today was superior to Novak Djokovic. Maybe that was due to his rest. Maybe that was due to he had more energy in this match. But what an amazing forehand! What a forehand! His forehand was a lethal weapon in the first set. He produced 15 winners from his forehand in the first set. I've never seen Rafa's forehand this good in many, not many, I will not say many years, but since the French Open last year. I haven't seen his forehand as on fire as I saw today. 15 winners from his racket in the first set. At 21 overall, 15 from his forehand. That showed that Rafa, he knew exactly. He played exactly like he played in the French Open. He tried to be best from the first when the ball was in play, the first 5 points. He tried to execute. He tried to go for the winner, because he knew the depth that Novak possesses in his grand stroke was, if he go into trade too many long duels, it will not affect him positively, and that's what he did. And nobody plays the ball every point and every ball consistent as Rafa has does through his career. He's a master at put his opponent on run. He makes them run from corner to corner with his amazing topspin, and that is one of his trademarks. Novak tried a little bit too much. He didn't try so much in the first set like I expected, and Rafa won 24 points under 5 shots, and 16 points over 5 shots, and 3 points over 9 shots, 9 plus, we can say. Novak was a little bit better in the longer rallies in the first set. He won 17 with the points over 5, and 8 points over 9 plus shots. So that's just, Rafa knew that. And in the second set, it was the same. Rafa won 17 points under 5 shots. Novak won 12 there. Shots over 9. No, I'm sorry. The stats is opposite. In the second set, when Novak won 6-1, he won 17 points under 5 shots, and Nadal won 12. And points over 5, Nadal only won 5 and Novak 10. And plus 9 shots, Novak Djokovic won 5 of them, and Nadal won 0 of them. So that just explained my theory and what I saw, what I witnessed from the match. In the second set, the crucial moment was that drop shot that Novak Djokovic made. He was up 2-1 and 15-30. That was the turning point for the second set. Nadal made a huge mistake there. He took many wrong decisions when he ran up to those drop shots that Novak executed. Some of them he couldn't reach, but when he had the racket on a few of them, he did some not so great decision in my mind. But in the second set, Novak Djokovic raised his level. His ground stroke started to function better. He returned better and served better, and the depth in his ground stroke, we saw that he hit those clean backhands down the line, cross-court backhand, everything was working much better than the first set. And on top of that, he served that gameplay with the icing on the cake was those drop shots that not only confused Rafa, it made Rafa out of rhythm. He took some energy from Rafa also. And I thought after the second set, maybe, because Rafa's standard was dipping a little bit in the second set after the first 3 games, He lost many long duels there, and he did a little bit too much unforced errors in my opinion. But Novak was just too rock solid in the second set. I thought that the first set is gonna be an epic battle. It's gonna be a monstrous finish in this tournament. I thought that Rafa will have a difficult problem to take out Novak Djokovic, and I'm not 100% sure if Novak got the first break in the third set. But anyway, Rafa, he dismantled Novak Djokovic in the third set. He played some high percentage tennis there, and the spin from his forehand and backhand was just too much for Novak Djokovic. He didn't have the energy, the power to mix and trade duels. He couldn't protect the baseline like he did in the second set. Novak had to get out of his comfort zone. To win this match, he had to get out of his comfort zone. Against Nadal on clay, you have to get out of your comfort zone. Either you have to play bomb serves like Sasha did in Madrid with huge ground stroke and low unforced error numbers. Novak Djokovic is that kind of dude. He has done that at French Open against Nadal in 2015, where he basically, I will not say outclassed him, but he was a much better player in that match. So Novak got a little bit more tired, and Nadal was clutch. He took care of his breakpoint opportunities. Rafael Nadal won 3 out of 6 breakpoints. Novak only converted 3 out of 8 chances. The serve stats numbers was pretty close in this match. Nadal won 65% of his first serves, 46 of his second serve. Novak won 66% of his first serves and 47. So Novak was 1% better in both, winning his points on his first and second serve, but that was not enough. Totally in this match, I think Nadal won 97 points, and Djokovic won 94 points. And in the returning section, Nadal managed to win 35% of Novak's first serve and 41 of the second serve when in his returning game. And Novak was 35% and 50% up in that department. So, like we all know, Novak was returning better. Some people get mistaken about Novak's returning, especially on the first serve. I think he's not the best returner in history when it comes to returning the opponent's first serve. But on the second serve, I have nothing to disagree. Federer is great at returning huge serve with huge pace. A serve a la Isner, a serve a la Karlovic. That is Federer's trademark in returning, even though his second serve return is one of the worst returns I have seen in my life. Nadal is pretty good at both of them, and he showed in this match that he can return good. He stands so far back on the court baseline. He read Novak Djokovic's serve. Novak Djokovic's serve is very hard to read. It's very, how do you say, underestimated. Novak actually, his first and second serve is better than it looks. His percentage in winning both is in the first and second serve are top 10, I think. Nadal, on the other hand, has not a better serve than Novak Djokovic. His serve is not even in top 10 in the world, but when it comes to big finals, look at what he did against Zverev after the Shapovalov match. He raised his serving game. Against Opelka, he didn't have to be a superior server in that match, because we all know that Opelka is not a great returner, and Nadal just took advantage of that and put some spin and angles on his serve, and that made the tall American dude, who is not a solid mover either. He's a light version of Jon Isner, and I was not really worried about Nadal in that match. When the semifinal was on, I thought that these two guys is easily going to play the next match in the final, but Sonego wanted his match against Djokovic to be an exciting battle, and I thank you for that. I watched that match. It was an amazing match. But all in all, Novak Djokovic played great matches in this tournament. He has shaping up his form into the next event, the biggest Grand Slam on clay court, maybe the second biggest Grand Slam after Wimbledon, in my opinion. Rafa got the receive he was waiting for. Some people have doubted him. I've read on the social medias. I read the comment section on YouTube after his matches. People are starting doubting him. How can you doubt the guy that has won 13 French Opens, 11 Monte Carlo Masters, 5 at Madrid, endless of tournament victories at clay, at Barcelona, etc., Acapulco, whatever you name it, whatever you want. Nadal coming in after winning Barcelona and Rome into French Open. It's the usual business. Nothing new here. Nothing, no government secret that he is here to win. He will be the man to beat. And maybe I've spoiled my preview, but after seeing Nadal at Madrid, where when he lost against Zverev, that was not a huge upset to me. I knew that matchup and that scenario could come because on that fast surfaces he's vulnerable. And then when he took the revenge against Zverev in the quarterfinal, I thought that maybe Zverev will push him, but it's a different tournament. Even though the surface of Rome is very quick, it's very fast, but you don't get rewarded so much on your serve. Only guys like Isner, Opelka can squeeze out like 10, 15, at least 15 serve aces in every match. Nobody else did it. So that was not gonna affect Nadal's returning game. I knew that coming into this tournament, he was the man to beat. I was pretty comfortable when I picked him as my number one, even though I was not 100% sure, of course. When I had Novak Djokovic in the final against him, I thought that this match could be 55-45 in Nadal's favor, but due to the tough matches that Novak had to face before the final, when the match started today, I knew that Rafael was gonna be the winner. That was just my gut feeling. It's not that like I was 100% sure. But all in all, these guys played amazing tennis. Both of them hold their ground. They cover the bases from the base. The bases are of course the baseline. They played high percentage tennis through the tournament. Both of them, they show why they are the best players in the world. And I think that Nadal was gonna take the number 2 spot on the ranking, and Medvedev will take a step back. I think that both of these guys deserves to be seeded 1 and 2nd in the French Open. I don't know the ranking system, if Medvedev is going to be number 2, if he's going to be seeded at number 2nd spot in French Open. If Medvedev will be the 2nd seeded player, I think that's not good for tennis, to be honest, because Medvedev has produced great tennis on hard courts, but not on clay. But I'm not gonna go against the system here. I'm not just gonna. I just want that to be said. So Nadal's 36 Masters tournament career title, and he's far from finished. Novak Djokovic is far from finished. We are witnessing 2 giants playing. So appreciate both of these guys when they play. I know you have your favorite player. I know you have your guy that you are sharing for an extra, but I have never been against these 2 guys, even though I like Federer's first like tennis, but Federer is not my all-time favorite. Like I mentioned in many of my videos, it's Andre Agassi. But what these 3 has done, what they have done with the competition, what they have done to raise the bar in tennis is just amazing. These guys wouldn't have been better without each other. That I'm clearly 100% sure of. They will probably have won not 80% of what they have done, but the fierce competition keeps them motivated all the time. None of them have put their racket on the bench yet. They are still playing, and we're gonna see Roger next week how his status is. So his only greatest competition to the semifinal route is Casper Ruud. I think that he will face him in the semifinals. And on the bottom half of the draw, we have guys like Fonini, we have Shapovalov, he's the second seed. We have Fonini there. That's are the only competition that Federer faces. So he needs that because he's a great and amazing clay court player also. And a fresh and fit Federer at French Open together with Novak Djokovic and the undisputed champion Rafael Nadal will be an amazing sports for everybody. I know that everybody wants to see all of them free still competing and delivering great tennis. And it's always like this. The best man wins always. And the guy who today in today's final, Nadal was the one that took more risks because we know Novak Djokovic always play. His game plan is to play more safer, but against a guy like Nadal, he didn't dare to take any risks like he did against Sonego, like he did against Tsitsipas. So Nadal, on the other hand, he really stuck to his game plan that was expected, a little bit more offensive than Novak, tried to dictate from the beginning, make the ball rallies short, and just hoping for the best. And today he succeeded. He won his 10th title here, and big props to Rafael Nadal, big props to Novak Djokovic. I'm gonna end this video now. Take care for watching this. Goodbye. Ciao.